We just broke for lunch, Cancer.
That's right. We had a wonderful lunch.
Welcome to Virtual Tarot.
Yes, welcome to Virtual Tarot. I'm Ava.
I'm Trudy. Come this way, Ava. Toward me. Okay.
All right.
Sure, what do we do here at Virtual Tarot, Cancer, if you haven't seen us before?
We do a 4-card spread.
Correct. First card represents
the overall energy of the month of February for you, Cancer.
And the second card represents challenges.
The third is the unexpected.
And the fourth is the outcome of the month of February, which is the month of love.
Oh, the month of love.
And we have been drawing love cards.
Some, yeah. All right, here we go.
Woo! Who got the lovers reversed? Aquarius.
Uh-oh.
Yes. First card in the position of, and you can see we're not fooling around here, Cancer. It's the 9 of Wands.
Upright.
See?
See? 9 of Wands. Upright.
That's what it is. Show. Cancer.
All right.
It's a very good card.
It is. It is.
Very good card, even though, February may open sort of with this sense of, oh my gosh, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with my situation. And if at work you have projects going on, you may find yourself defending your ideas, defending your position, and a little weary, perhaps. But really, the general, the high-level take on this card is that you're still in the game, and you have come a long way, and your accomplishments precede you, or are behind you.
Are behind you.
And you actually have, you have been victorious up to this point. But you're a little weary. Go ahead, Abe.
Well, you're a little protective of that which you've already achieved. And you feel you need to be protecting it against those who would compete with you, either for them or against you or for the position you've already attained. So...
Because it's lonely at the top.
Yes, and you're not quite in the position you want to be in. Not yet, but you're close.
Mm-hmm.
It's very near. You can feel it. Consequently, it's a matter of trust issues. Who do you trust? Who can you trust is what's going through your mind. But the battles you'd have had to wage in order to get there is what is making you feel so mistrustful and wary.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that comes to mind is they were reading for February. That's a hard one, isn't it?
February.
Strange. Yeah. Okay. So there's an R in there. Yeah.
Where February?
Etymology.
February. Where does that come from?
Where does that word stem from? I'm not sure. Anyway, but the interesting thing about that is that I think of school and semesters. Like we get into the semester. January, of course, is the start of a semester. And, second semester, any student can start to feel a little bit weary.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like kind of that time of year where you're kind of like, oh my gosh.
You've got to keep plugging away at it. You've got to keep what you've done intact.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to protect what you've done.
You got to keep on keeping on, basically.
But it's all good because
don't get paranoid.
You're in a very powerful and positive position.
And it all will be well.
So your visions, your dreams, your work, your imaginative impulses have been correct and have put you where you are, and you'll be happy about that.
Yeah, but just keep on keeping on. Yep, there we go. Next card. Oh, that's an interesting card. Page of Cups. Page of Cups in the position of challenge. Now, love reading comes up in my mind because this can be
a young Pisces.
Young love.
Young love.
Love given or received, or love reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing that comes up. Or but challenged with also, where am I going to find? It's like new. Do I love this thing? This new thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is this? I'm learning.
Yes, it's a learning card, and
but I'm
passion.
also, am I passionate enough about this? But it also could be challenged, you know, many things. Any of these
There's a lot of
readings
yellow
can
in
be.
the cards.
Yeah.
So it's using your intellect as well as your creativity, blue, the creative aspect of it.
But you could be challenged by a child who is a cup sign as well, which would be Scorpio, Cancer, such as yourself, or Pisces. So that child could be in the forefront. Also,
or a creative project demands that you come up with some new ideas, some new imaginative.
it's like
creative.
a new art project or new, yeah. Because
New
this
job.
is the
could
card.
Be a new job too.
It's the card of creativity, art, sensitivity. You know, newfound love.
Yeah. So here we go.
I'm gonna hold this one up. Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords. Yeah. This is the one that it's interesting on the heels of this Nine of Wands. Because there may be, and Ava and I sometimes interpret this card a little bit differently. I always see swords as sometimes there's conflict within the suit of swords. I don't always see this as conflict, but with this 9, I see that there may be a rush of ideas coming your way unexpectedly, and you have to guard your position because we have this 9. I'm not really addressing this because I don't know at this point how I feel this fits. That Page of Cups, I'm not sure how that fits in, but to me these work perfectly together. There's defense and offense. There's unexpected offense, ideas, causes perhaps that you may feel are in opposition to what you're doing.
Okay, but for me, it simply adds a great deal of intellectual energy into the month as well, so you can very quickly come up with that idea and put some intellectual verve, energy behind it, and allow that to take you forward towards the accomplishment of your goal. This is a knight who's on a mission, who's impatient, who doesn't want to deal with details, who just wants to get it done. And so unexpectedly you get this kind of charge of energy coming in near the middle of the month that helps you to put that new concept, that new imaginative concept, to give it some sort of rational structure, like writing, media is also involved in it, you know, so anything there where you're communicating quickly out. So you're communicating quickly out that idea. So unexpectedly, this is sharp, quick communications. And so you're going to notice that messaging, constant messaging, you know, rather you arrive at a conclusion about something also quickly.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Let's see what the last one is. Oh, the Emperor. Okay, there you go. There's the Emperor, Cancer. So we've got some pretty heavy energy at the end of the month. And if you really look at this reading, this is really about dogma a little bit. It's like, well, you are in charge somehow, but you're trying to fit it into sort of a structure, sort of how you've structured your universe. And it could also be, this is the father card. Sometimes they call it the good father in the upright. It's the good daddy card. This is the patriarch. This is the person who provides.
Gives stability.
Yeah, and, you know, he's the opposite of the Empress.
Right.
So he's the guy sort of the heavy, you know, that you can sort of rely upon to make sure that the universe isn't, you know, going crazy. Which is interesting with that Knight.
Right, it's a little bit of a contrast in energy, because the Knight of Swords is without form, structure, is very limited by the orthodoxy of the Emperor, the laws, the rules, the regulations. He doesn't want to see rules, regulations. So unexpectedly, there's that energy. Nonetheless, at the end of the month, there has to be a sort of a conformity to the laws, the given laws, either the laws you install yourself
or someone,
but you have to fit in, and
he's like the dictator, the governor. He's the one who
and self-governing too.
Structures.
Yeah, so you
puts rules together so that everything isn't just sort of chaotic.
It could be even the founding of a business,
or it could be your internal value system.
It could be so that you are disciplining yourself.
Or whatever is happening, you're checking in to make sure it adheres with your structure. But it could also mean that you've got at the end of the month, literally your father, perhaps, steps in
and gives you that advice, counsel, or the needed support.
Or your husband.
Or your husband gives you the support, but not without rules.
Your boss. Yeah.
Not without rules. You have to obey his rules.
Yep.
Or you don't get anything.
But we all have inner rules as well.
Yes, the establishment of inner structural rules. So maybe you realize at the end of the month that you need to put some basic foundations down for what it is you're doing.
And these two are in opposition because this guy has to be in control at all times. This is like a control card. The Emperor. And then this one sort of
he's
zooming
wild.
ahead.
Like he's a wild card.
He's a wild card.
He's a wild card.
Yeah. So if this were a love reading, go Ava, what do you think it means?
It means Daddy's not going to like him.
Is that what you think? Or his inner daddy, your inner daddy.
Maybe your inner daddy is not going to like him.
Might not like it. Well, to me, it's like if you're going to do a love reading, it's February, so we're trying to do that for all of our signs. It looks to me as if within the relationship, you're paranoid. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So things have gone on in the past.
Is this stable? Are what we created, is this going to last? Are there other competitors around, other women that he might be interested in?
Or men. Yeah.
Page of Cups is to be sort of like the innocent love, believing in the rosy outcome of all love.
Or love given or received. It can also mean it's unreciprocated.
Right, and unexpectedly you get swept away.
Well, that's not how I see it.
I see it that way. You get swept away.
Well, similar, but what I see is unexpectedly there's this rush of communication. And there may be no communication at the beginning of the month, but then all this pent-up communication just kind of comes rushing out, right?
Right, and then you get married.
Well, it could be, but that's not really the Hierophant.
No,
Is more
no.
the Emperor would be more.
Yeah, but
then you go back and you're like, does this really fit in with who I am? And
you adopt a set of rules and regulations, you know.
For the relationship.
For the relationship.
Yeah.
You sort of conform, in a sense.
You either conform or you require, you know, the other person to conform
so that's
to your rules and regulations, or you introduce them to your father.
Yeah, which is what I saw. And he says,
You think he says,
Well, they're two very disparate energies.
These two?
These two.
Oh, these two. Because he's a wild card.
He's a wild card, and he's not.
And Daddy's not a wild card.
Daddy's not.
There you go. You heard it from Ava. So Cancer.
Good luck with that.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Get that 5th card.
Get it right away.
We have one major arcana card in this reading, and I think this reading could use another major arcana card. Looks like this relationship maybe needs some structure around it, even.
Mediation.
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 Yeah. So get that 5th card.
And we do private and personal readings.
Thank you.
You can choose either Trudy or myself.
Go to Ava, Trudy, virtualtarot.com.
And they are fabulous. They're the most
get these cups
wonderful. Which we are drinking our lemon juice.
I'm drinking water.
Water.
Yeah. So thanks so much for tuning in. Anything else?
No.
I think that's it.
That's it. Thank you,
Cheers.
Cancer. See you in spring.
Here's Dave and Trudy.
Springtime. Already?
March.
Yeah.
In like
21st.
a lion, out like a lamb. March is always a tough month.
It is. All right.
Bye.
Bye.